This title is narrated with virtual voice, computer-generated narration for audiobooks. Ski in Vietnam by RaeLynn Stuart. Preface. Charles John Neuadomsky, Jr. was born in Bayshore, New York, and raised in Riverhead on Long Island, New York. He was the oldest of his father's children, with siblings, Dana, Johnny, and Suzanne below him. He was raised heavily in Catholicism and spent his formative years in parochial school and his teen years away at St. Anthony of Padua, boarding school in Watkins Glen, upstate NY. He served in Vietnam 70 to 71. This is his first-hand account of what he experienced during his time of the war. I was 4 months shy of my 17th birthday, in March of 1981, when I met Chuck. He was traveling with a buddy from state to state for the past 7 years. Here he was now, in South Florida, working at a landscaping company that my brother was also working at. They were pretty much living in campgrounds and picking up odd jobs here and there. There is a lot of backstory to this partnership between Chuck and Bob, but I have no desire to go into that here. So Brian, my brother, invites these guys home for a shower and to smoke pot, knowing they are basically living out of their car. He's worked with them for a while, he knows them, but I'm pretty sure he just wants a free high. They arrive, covered in dirt and sweat from work, and Chuck is out front with the garden hose washing his hands and neck. As I remember, I was being dropped off at home from a friend's car, and I get out of the car, and I'm walking up the drive, looking at this strange man. He was facing west as the sun was directly in his eyes, and they were like sparkling diamonds. His hair was bushy and curly, and his skin was so dark, the picture of a Greek god. Needless to say, I fell for him the moment I laid eyes on him. It only took him about 3 weeks to fall right back for me. He moved in after that 3 weeks, and the next 31 years is history. Literally, he's been gone for 11 years now. But the life we shared together yielded 8 incredible souls we have the privilege of calling our children. When we first started getting to know one another, I noticed he had a rucksack, as he called it, with some military insignia on it. When I asked him about it, he didn't seem very eager to talk about it or explain anything to me. He simply said he was in Vietnam. I was completely unaware of what that had meant. I was very young during that time, and I have zero memory of my parents talking about war or politics in the home. Besides, I was outdoors playing in the neighborhood, riding my bike and whatever else children did at that time. So I questioned him. "You mean like the war?" He said, "Yeah." That was all I got out of him about Vietnam until about 1992. I'm not sure how it happened, but he hooked up with a chapter of the Vietnam veterans and connected with men who had also had similar experiences in Vietnam. This was one of the best things that ever happened to him. He began to spend time with brothers and talk about experiences and share stories with me and our 3 at that time children. We attended functions with him, and he took pride in having served. It was something he really needed at the time. So fast forward to March of 2010. The events between 94 and 2010 are the makings of some good reads. But let's just say, Chuck was ready to tell his story. I had been writing regularly in a blog, and I guess he thought I did a pretty good job of it, and he suggested we write his memoirs. I was thrilled. He had always been the very best at storytelling, and I knew now I would get to hear the real stories from his past in great detail. We were both excited to get it all down in print. At the time, he was a truck driver, out on the road through the week and home on Friday. After getting the dinner dishes done and getting comfortable, we'd pour a glass of wine and enjoy the episode. I would type his words as he spoke them. Very few word changes were made. The account to come is his exact words as he dictated them to me. I don't think we ever finished. Something came up that caused.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.